It's Nolan. Yeah, I'm in the place where niggas can't be too deep. I'm free safety, double entendre to entertain the ladies. Clean as a new Mercedes. I see you watching me, eyes in the back of my head. Cinematography, logically, rappers can't compete. I say I'm fly as a no comply that they can't complete. They're so whack it baffles me. 15, I was on some fan shit. Now I'm writing rhymes you can't decipher like it's Sanskrit. Hitting pressure points, my flow is tantric. Niggas got a lot of nerve. Revenge of the nerd, embarking on a private purge. I'm finna kiss shit, presidential, y'all sentimental. My pen strike sharp as a blade, I'm playing tension. Beneficial to my residential. Clean up the block like Pac spotting some unofficial. This verse is overly intricate. Opposing my penmanship, bitch, I'm closing your membership. I was chosen from syndicates, young iconoclast. Did numbers in economics class. Went to school and start punching niggas in drama class. Want the gunplay? It's a Bible up on the dash. Catch him on the one way, leave his pockets up on the grass. Educated by buckshot at the bus stop. Black kids learn to rock a vest instead of sunblock. My lil homie punk rock define black excellence. Got a scholarship, one and done, it's like black presidents. I'm exceeding my measurements. Call me young Gohan. Niggas want the green with the bread, we making croutons. Started out rapping, I was small as Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Buckets, I'm working hard without the shoe line. Student loan niggas still calling my homies. I skipped college, I was following Kobe. Came through with a new Letterman, looking fresher than Axel Foley. My streets full of rage, I'm maxing, you whacking phony. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everyone is doing well. All right. For everybody that ordered your Southside Nolan CDs, once again, they are on the way. They should get to you within the next 2 to 3 days. That is the update that I now have. If they take longer than that, feel free to reach out to me on any of my social media, which are always displayed down in the screen, or what have you. You get what I'm saying? For anyone else interested in getting your copy of Southside Nolan, the CD, you can go to the description down below, and it's only $15. They will be shipped to you. This is memorabilia. We only have about 40 of these left. I will not be reproducing these copies. So once they're gone, they're gone. Unless we get an overwhelming demand, all right? We only pressed up 50, so once these other 40 gone, you get me? It's just another way that you can support the music, you know, whether or not you're going to actually use the CD, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you got somewhere to play it, but if you want the memorabilia and you just want to keepsake, that's one way to support, or you can get the album directly from me in digital format from the same website, realjnolan.com. All right, so in this video, we're going to be addressing a couple different things. We've got more Diddy news, of course. And I told y'all it's going to be a fucked up fall for Diddy news. I don't know when this nigga actually going to go on trial, but there's a lot of people coming out telling their story about their interactions with Diddy, things that he did to them allegedly. It is a fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into some of the new mess. We're going to be getting into Herbo, who has been sued by his legal aid that helped him get off on his, you know, his scamming and fraud and credit card scam scheme that he took part in allegedly. You know, he pled guilty to it, so he took part in it in some form or fashion, right? So his lawyer that helped him get off with no jail time, just all like community service, probation, and all that type of stuff. They're now coming out saying, hey, brother, you owe us over $200,000 for helping you get off. You haven't paid us. Herbo, on the other hand, is coming out and explaining his side of the story and saying that this is not true. We're also going to get into Quavo from the Migos, who happens to be in a predicament right now where he's going to have to pay in the upwards of about $700,000 for engaging in a fight out in Las Vegas, slapping a person on camera, and his crew ended up jumping them shortly thereafter. He has been ordered to pay damages out. Hey, man, if you in entertainment, rapper, singer, actor, whatever the fuck, for the rest of your life, not even the rest of 2024, your main objective should be stay out of trouble, stay away from the legal issue. Fuck the bullshit. Take care of your family. Find you something good.
Like I said in the Cardi B Offset video, a man who find a woman findeth something good, findeth a good thing. You might want to find some things that'll help you take the edge off without having to get zooted out your motherfucking mind and make rash decisions. Because those that have engaged in this type of behavior are finding themselves in fall from grace. Okay? So that's what we're getting into on this particular show. And of course, we've got to get into Mr. Justin Johnson, who was found guilty in the young Dolph murder trial, right? So we got to get to that as well. It's a lot going on. It's too fucking much going on. As a matter of fact, we're not even getting a Quavo on this video. Strike that from the record. That's a whole nother video. We're getting into young Dolph killer, Justin Johnson, Diddy, G Herbo. My bad. But the point still stands. Had to look at my notes. I'm getting ahead of myself, man. So much shit going on. But first, let's start with Diddy. Okay? This is an ongoing thing. And it's just so much. So number one, according to TMZ, and of course you could take TMZ for, however you see them. But they're stating that one of Diddy's alleged male S-workers, right? Because he had male and female S-workers that he engaged in these freak-off parties with. A man has come out and submitted a videotape of a freak-off that included himself, Diddy, and a woman. Okay? Now, in this particular freak-off, they're saying that the types of drugs Diddy liked to use during his encounters will be found on the tape. They say that this alleged threesome went down in May of 2023, so this is quite recent, within the past year, when the S-worker claims he flew from Atlanta to Miami to meet up with Diddy and this woman, in which he ended up having intercourse with her while Diddy filmed the encounter. The S-worker had a copy of the video from that alleged encounter and turned it over to the agents who met with him. Now, my question here, as a paid S-worker, is, do you feel you were taken advantage of? Or is this a woman on the video who was forced to have sex with you against her will? You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the things about the freak-offs is not everybody participating in these parties or these orgies actually want to be involved. So will we find that on tape, or is this all consensual? To which I don't see the validity of it. I mean, I guess it gives you an insight into the type of sexual, desires and activity Diddy has taken part in. But I don't see that in particular, this instance, as an infraction, unless it's going to show us something, or let's not say show us, because I don't want to see the shit. But if that will show the prosecutors evidence of, illegal sexual activity. In this, there also is the drugs, which are illegal, that Diddy allegedly enjoys. So perhaps that will add, credibility to what's being stated in all of these lawsuits, since all of them do happen to deal with him drugging people, right? Perhaps we'll see the young lady or himself partaking in these drugs, which, of course, if you're under the influence, you're not really at liberty to consent. So perhaps that's the angle. I'm trying to, just look at everything from every angle that I can in this moment. I'm sure I'm going to miss things. I miss things in every video and always get called out about it. But, when be the person on the hot seat trying to spitball this stuff. You'll see how much you miss. But it's cool. So that's one situation we have with Diddy. Right? Word on the street is that his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, he's saying that Diddy actually wants to testify on his own behalf in court. Okay? This is crazy stuff to me. They say Diddy plans to testify in his upcoming federal trial and that he can't wait to take the witness stand and tell his side of the story. Mark Agnifilo admits it's a gamble, but insists no one can defend Diddy better than Diddy himself, saying his story is about love, pain, and heartbreak. My nigga, this is not... Brother, love, pain, and heartbreak, that is a beautiful tale to tell in a film. You take that to Hollywood. You go find a producer to create that. That shit don't work in court, my nigga. Love, pain, and heartbreak? Are you crazy? Please tell me these niggas lying. They say Diddy will face tough questions, including about the Cassie assault video, the freak-off parties, and the claims that he blew up Kid Cudi's car, all things that will come up in the court. However, Diddy claims he is eager to defend himself on the stand. Now, I wonder, is it that he's eager because he's ready to start throwing some people under the bus? Does he have a plan? Is he going to try to say that he was being used as a pawn in a grander scheme for someone above him? Questions that need answers, and they won't be answered until the trial actually happens, I suppose. But nigga, you're cooked. I don't give a fuck what you say. The shit that you done did, fuck you. That's where I stand on you. Furthermore, and we're going to get to the latest lawsuit as well. Furthermore, y'all remember that Diddy's lawyer, same guy, came out and said, hey, don't ask us about the baby oil. You know, there's a Costco right up the street from Diddy's home. You know, Americans, they buy in bulk. Allegedly, Costco has come out. Spokesperson for Costco says they don't carry baby oil. Now, I gotta say, there's a Costco right around the corner from my crib. I might have to do a little bit of investigative journalism just to say, hey, let me go inside this Costco and see if they got some motherfucking baby oil in this son of a bitch. Y'all got a box of baby oil for me, baby? I'm not gonna buy it. I just want to see if it's really there. Are they lying or you lying? I ain't gonna lie. I have not seen it, but I ain't never gone looking for it neither. I don't even use that shit. You know what I mean? What I look like, Tyrese at a photo shoot? I don't be on that shit. Anyway, they calling cap. They say, nigga, we don't even sell it. Now put that shit on somebody else. I'm telling you, man, this nigga is having a Connect 4 game of his fucking life. That nigga can't put shit together. God damn it. Every angle you take, my nigga, is a counter for a counter. Shit. And ain't none of your drugs over the counter. Ain't that about a bitch? Anyway, let's get to the latest allegations. I do not have the transcript of the filing. I want to go ahead and say that early, ahead of time, before people say, why you're not reading the filing? Because I don't have it. I am on CNN, where they have the story. Okay? If you know somebody that has it, feel free to send them in my direction. I do not. Okay? So they say Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of drugging and SAing another woman in another civil lawsuit, marking at least the 12th misconduct lawsuit he's faced in as many months. In the complaint filed in New York and obtained Friday by CNN, Miss Jane Doe alleges she was unwillingly drugged with alcohol and unknown substances and SA'd by Combs on more than one occasion in the year of 2022. The allegations span 4 years, from the fall of 2020 to the summer of 2024, months after the rapper and producer had been named as a defendant in multiple lawsuits and was under federal investigation. Hold on. You must be talking about all of the cases. You talking about her? This happened between 2020 and 24? As in this year of our Lord? This was still going on? I don't know. Wait, let me just keep going. They say at every visit, defendant Combs would make her perform a show for him and would ply her with alcohol and substances until she passed out. She would wake up with bruising and injuries, but with no recollection of how she sustained these injuries. This continued until July of 2024. So, this is after the feds raided your house. This is after the Cassie lawsuit. This is after Lil Rod. This is after the entire world was already on your case. What's up with this guy? They say Combs forced Miss Jane Doe to have intercourse without her consent at his home in April of 2022, according to one alleged incident cited in the complaint. After another alleged incident in the spring of 2022, Doe woke up and her feet were purple and bruised, and she had a bite mark on her heel. She did not know how she sustained the injuries. A bite mark. Purple feet. Doe alleges that she was forced to take ketamine and other drugs in July 2022, in which she blacked out and was SA'd, which resulted in her getting pregnant. Whoa. Whoa, that's heavy. According to the complaint, one of Combs' associates repeatedly contacted her to encourage her to get an abort mission, but she later suffered a miscarriage. In July of 2024, according to the complaint, Combs commanded Jane Doe to his home in Miami, Florida, and shoved 2 pills in her mouth upon her arrival. During that alleged incident, Doe claims she tried drinking water, but it tasted strange and it made her feel unwell. The next morning, according to the suit, Doe felt ill and confused and did not have recollection of what had happened the night before. Now, what I'm trying to understand, and I'm not in the business of victim blaming or shaming, but I'm wondering how this continued. I guess there's nobody to help, you know what I'm saying? Or perhaps his team of goons have her surveilled for her whereabouts. I don't know where she lives. I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. I will openly admit that. They say the complaint states Doe feared for her safety after witnessing Combs physically abuse other women. Okay. She believed her conversations and location were being monitored by him. Okay, answering the questions. Combs harassed Doe with calls and texts that continued through July 2024, according to the suit. Okay. Excuse me. CNN reached out to representatives for Combs, his companies, and several associates identified as Jane Doe's are also named as defendants. Whoa. They trying to take you and your enterprise down. Powerful figures, this is a quote here. Powerful figures in the entertainment industry have long exploited aspiring artists and fans. Recent high-profile lawsuits aim to hold these celebrities accountable, potentially transforming industry practices and providing justice for victims. This is Marie Napoli, the attorney for this Jane Doe, whose legal representation also includes Joseph L. Ciascio. No one is above the law, they say. Fame and wealth do not protect Sean Diddy Combs from serious allegations of trafficking and abuse. This complaint is only the latest allegation of SA violence against Combs and comes a little more than a week after he was indicted on charges of racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs, 54, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. He was denied bail and will remain in federal detention as he awaits trial. Combs has been accused in about a dozen civil lawsuits of alleged sexual misconduct and other illegal activity. Prior to this complaint, the most recent civil suit was filed on Tuesday of this week. He has denied the allegations in multiple complaints and not yet responded to the others. One of the cases has been settled while 11 remain active. Okay? More stories of the same type of behavior. What can I say? Double fry. Let's get to Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop. I want to go ahead and preface this part of the video. I did misquote something in my last Young Dolph video. I said that Mr. Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop, was signed to Young Dolph's Paper Route Entertainment company. He was actually not signed over there. However, it does seem they were associates of some kind. There's photos of him and Dolph in the club. But outside of that, he was not signed to Young Dolph. Now, they say that he popped out with one of Young Dolph's PRE chains just days after the killing took place, in a music video in which he had the chain basically in his pants, like coming out his pocket or something like that, in a music video, which caused confusion for people to think that he was signed to Dolph. However, it seems that he was actually taunting the situation. This young man, Justin Johnson, the bitch he is, has been found guilty on all charges and has been sentenced to life in prison.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in count 2 of the indictment. And we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of convicted felon in possession of a firearm as charged in count 3 of the indictment.
Thank you. Juror number 1, is that your verdict? Yes. Juror number 34, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 35, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is that your verdict? Yes. Juror number 14, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 17, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 27, is that your verdict?
It is, Your Honor.
Juror number 33, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 25, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 44, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 23, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 28, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for your time and attention to this matter this week. Our system of self-government would not work without your service and sacrifice that you've made. Thanks again for your time and attention. You are excused.
Jurors excused.
All right, so that is live, well, not live, but actual footage of the courtroom of them finding him guilty on all counts. Those counts include conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, convicted felon in possession of a firearm. He now faces life in prison without possibility of parole. Now, what is going to happen to the other men that took part in this assassination? Currently, I do not know. I believe the Cornelius Smith will probably stand trial as well. He said he knows he's going to face prison time. Well, he's basically pleading guilty. So he may not have to. You know what I'm saying? He's going to probably serve prison time. How much? We're going to see. The other guy, Govan or whatever, Hernandez Govan, we'll see how that goes. Everybody kind of galvanized together to get Justin out the paint. Now that that's over with, we got to see what happens with everyone else that took part in it. Not to mention, Yo Gotti and CMG put the money up for lawyer fees on some of these people. So now that's going to be interesting as well because, of course, the conspiracy also came from Yo Gotti's brother, Big Juke, who is no longer here with us as well. This guy, Straight Drop, I don't know who's running his Instagram account. I would hope it's not him. But after the sentencing went through, he says, these niggas taking criminal responsibility. I'm taking street responsibility. Regardless, I'm forever the biggest. They can throw away the keys before I ever eat the cheese. I'm just going to assume he's hacked. I'm just going to assume he's hacked. Because that's just beyond me and beyond my jurisdiction. In other news related, Young Dolph's longtime partner, Miss Mia J, spoke out after Justin was found guilty. She says, today's verdict brings relief and restores my confidence in the justice system. On behalf of my children, family, and myself, I would like to thank law enforcement, the prosecution, and everyone involved for their diligent work in presenting the facts that led to this conviction. We are also grateful to the public for standing with us and advocating for accountability throughout this process. The past 3 years, marked by the loss of Adolph and the events leading to the trial, have been incredibly frustrating. My faith has been tested, but Adolph's tragic execution has only strengthened my resolve to fight for justice, not only for him, but for all black men. This is just the beginning of our journey toward achieving full justice for Adolph, and we will patiently support the unfolding of that process. Respectfully, Mia J. Much love and respect to Mia J, Dolph's family, friends, loved ones, those who collaborated with him, everyone that had the opportunity to share company with him. I can only imagine what y'all been going through the past 3 years, and I hope at some point there is some sort of consolation or peace that you're able to find. Yeah, you know, tragic, but at least we have some form of justice today. Okay. Next up on the list, we have G Herbo, right? As I told you at the beginning of the show, his legal team that helped him get off on his, fraud scam activity. His lawyer suing him for $200,000, saying that he failed to pay them for helping him in court without jail time, because I think the feds wanted him to go in for at least about 5 years or so. He got off scot-free, and now he's saying this is some bullshit. All right? We're going to go through the allegation first, or the lawsuit, and I don't have the entire suit, just the articles talking about it. And then we'll get to what G Herbo has to say in response, okay? So they say rapper G Herbo, whose real name is Herbert Wright III, is currently facing a lawsuit from the law firm Prince Lobel Ty LLP, which represented him during a federal wire fraud case in 2020. The lawsuit, filed on September 24th, accuses the rapper of breach of contract and unjust enrichment, claiming he owes the firm $237,582.67. God damn, that's crazy. Nigga said it's $237. What the fuck you talking about, Nolan? Get your shit together, brother. See, I'm not exempt. I talk to myself. Details of the lawsuit against Herbo. According to court documents, the lawsuit alleges that he ceased payments to Prince Lobel approximately 2 weeks before his sentencing. The firm claims that this outstanding amount includes interest totaling $26,000. So that's the interest. And that the last payment made by G Herbo was on December 29th of 2023. The firm argues that G Herbo accepted their services with the understanding that he would compensate them. This assertion highlights the legal principle of unjust enrichment, where one party benefits at the expense of another without a valid contract. Why y'all ain't got no contract? Hold on. Y'all supposed to be the high profile, top notch fucking law firm. Y'all ain't had no contract with this man? when he was already out here allegedly stiffing people out of their money, their cards, dogs, hotels, cars, rentals, everything. What's going on? Now, G Herbo says he allegedly paid them out almost $1 million along the way. So how could he possibly owe $237,000? Think that's interesting. He says they've overcharged him. Got a video of Herbo talking about this. Let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Address this lawsuit and my greedy, shiesty ass law firm, Prince Lobo, that I hired. First of all, I paid y'all $1 million. $1 million. I think a little over $1 million. But this invoice of what y'all suing me for put y'all well over $1 million. And I didn't even go to trial. I pled guilty. I pled guilty to something I had a little involvement in the first place. And I only had my name on 5 pages of discovery. So out of the million or whatever pages of discovery that y'all read, because that's what y'all want to do so y'all could charge me by the hour, my name was only on 5 pages of this shit. Only on 5 pages of discovery. I went into the courtroom pleading guilty, and I was able to walk out of the courtroom and be with my family, remain free based off of mitigation. And for those who don't know what mitigation is basically an argument based upon who I am as a person, the community work and the stuff that I do in the community, and who I am as a man, as a father, the mental health work that I do in the community. I didn't catch a case and start doing that shit. I was doing this before I caught the case. So basically, I went into the courtroom and was able to walk home free based off who I am as a person. My lawyers ain't even really do shit. You know how to, like, when people catch cases and they beat the case and they take pictures with their lawyer, like, oh, thank you. I didn't have to do that because I pled guilty to the shit. I didn't have to go to trial. And my argument was who I am as a person and the likeliness that that'll never happen again, first of all. And second of all, let me touch on, I'm glad this shit over with so I can speak on it. I don't know how to do fraud. I was fighting a case for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and identity theft. I ain't never did fraud a day in my fucking life. I don't even know how to work my phone. I don't know how to work a computer. I went to jail for paying a nigga hundreds of thousands of dollars to do shit for goods and services when I was 18 years old. I was a fucking kid. I was 18, 19 years old, paying a nigga $20,000 for a jet, $15,000 for a crib, thousands of dollars for cars, rental cars and shit, and he doing that shit illegally. That ain't had nothing to do with me. I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was a fucking kid. I had money already. I wasn't going to steal from people. I wasn't stealing people's credit cards and taking their identity to go further my career or do something to help me. Like, be for real. So, anyways, let's touch back on this subject. Also, y'all misinformed me that I would even be debanked, that I was going to get debanked and banks wouldn't even allow my business anymore after I fought this case. So on top of that, I had to get big ass checks sent back to me and then figure out which bank gonna take me so I could put the money that I already have in the bank. And I can't even make no new money. I got millions of dollars in deals on the table right now that I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the checks that I have already and where they gonna send these new wires, because y'all misinformed me that I would lose business and be debanked behind this shit. So not only did y'all overcharge me, y'all misinformed me, y'all misrepresented me, and y'all took advantage of me. And y'all think just because I'm young and black and successful and I'm an artist that I'm uneducated. Like, I don't know right from wrong. I should have never paid $1 million to y'all in the first place. Everybody on my team advised me to sue y'all for excessive billing, but I never did that. So now y'all suing me because y'all greedy and money hungry, and y'all feel like I owe y'all $230,000, which I don't feel like I owe y'all shit. But if y'all would have reached out to my team before issuing this public lawsuit, we would have paid y'all. We'd have got to the bottom of it. And my team would have informed y'all that y'all didn't tell me that I would be debanked. So now I got to figure out where to put all my fucking money. Where to put my money and where to receive my new money to even pay y'all in the first place. That's crazy to me. But I just wanted to speak about it publicly because people get the wrong message and they get, you know what I'm saying, shit'll go through loopholes and people will look like, oh yeah, I stole or I'm in the wrong. I honestly am not in the wrong. Y'all misinformed me. Y'all misrepresented me. Y'all took advantage of me. I paid y'all $1 million. I didn't go to trial. It's people who fight murder charges that didn't have to pay $1 million to their attorney. Like, I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm gonna deal with it. My team gonna deal with it. It's not really affecting my day-to-day life. The only thing that I'm bothered by is the fact that I'm having millions of dollars on hold because I gotta figure out which banks will take me because y'all didn't tell me that I would be debanked because of this. And I had no involvement in the case. Y'all knew I had no involvement in this case. Y'all know I don't do fraud. I never done fraud in my life. And I'm suffering from this shit because I didn't tell on a nigga, because I didn't snitch. That's the reason why I'm fighting this case, because I didn't tell on a nigga. But it is what it is, man. And I wanted to just issue this public statement because I see it's going viral everywhere. And my fans, you know, I feel like they deserve a statement from me behind this, because I'm not going to run off on a $230,000 bill. I already paid y'all $1 million. And I didn't even know that y'all was about to issue this public lawsuit. And I'm innocent. I didn't even do shit, but it's all good.
All right. So that is G Herbo trying to defend himself. He feels like this is a case of excessive billing and greed from his law firm. He says that he paid them out close to $1 million, if not more, throughout this entire case, which, hey, they saved your life. Your ass could have been in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got you off. Now, you say that you basically got off on this case due to your own character that you painted in court, telling people about the charitable things that you do, your action within the community, all of this different stuff. But they still helped you get off. I'm sure they advised you on how to paint the picture. I'm sure that they gave you tips and tricks, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think you came up with all of this on your own. I'm sure you weren't just completely defending yourself in court. You weren't the one building this narrative. So I think $1 million for someone, if you claim you made so much money, you've been having money since you were 16 or whatever the case may be. Yeah, $1 million is $1 million to everybody, but shit, if it's 1.2 or whatever, pay it out, move on with your life, and be happy that you're out here with the rest of the world, because you could have easily been doing a lot of time behind bars and missing out on your rap career, your family, your children, and all of this other stuff, even if that wasn't you, right? Because you're claiming now that the guy that you were paying to do things to go procure hotel rooms, rental cars, dogs. We saw the messages about the puppies and shit. You saying that he's going out and, I guess, securing money by dishonest means, scamming people, coming back and giving you the items. I think that doesn't make sense if you're giving him the money, but maybe he's just greed, right? Let's just say that. But, you know, just get it, just put it behind you. Pay him out, put it behind you, and hopefully you can keep your slate clean moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I like G Herbo's music. I think he's talented. I don't always like his offbeat flow that he puts on songs, but when he raps on beat, that nigga be snapping. And that's pretty much where I stand on it. Get it behind you, move on, pay them niggas out. I'm sure you got it. And hopefully you can get your bread back going and doing shows and shit. You feel me? Now, something I did miss earlier on the Diddy situation. There's this guy that came out and said that there's another 50 victims that are going to be represented by this law firm called the Busby Firm, that they're going to be representing, which means there's a lot more lawsuits to come. Let's go ahead and run this real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up this show, okay?
This is a lot to read. It's about Diddy. If you don't want to read it all, I'll give you the summary. What this all means is OMFGDIDDY. Tony Busby, one of the nation's best lawyers. And what he does is he takes cases for free. You don't pay him. He'll take your case, and then he's going to go out and investigate it and try to win it for big money. How's he been doing? I think this man has made billions of dollars at this point. I know he's made hundreds of millions. He might be into the B's. And here's what he's saying. He's saying that he represents 50 victims of the freak-offs. And here's where it gets scary hours for Team Diddy. He's saying that it includes minors. He's saying that we expect a group of people seeking justice to grow. He's saying he expects other individuals will be implicated. He's saying there's going to be a press conference next week. He's saying it's up and it's stuck on P. Diddy. If this man Diddy ever even looked at you funny, you can call Tony Busby. Shit, call me. We'll call Tony Busby together. This is very scary because lawyers like Mr. Busby make their money by spending lots of money investigating and uncovering facts and information about powerful individuals like P. Diddy. And so now this guy's on your ass with 50, some minors, and maybe more on the way. It's up and it's stuck.
Okay. This man says he represents 50 people. There may be minors coming out, and we already have heard minors. There's already a Jane Doe that was a minor when her interaction with Diddy happened. But 50 motherfuckers? You might as well dive into the grave now. You might as well you might as well swanton dive into the grave because niggas ready to bury your ass, sir. It's about to get ugly. And I don't think you talking about you eager to take the stand. They say others will be implicated. This shit finna get real interesting, real ugly, real dirty. Diddy dum diddy do. We also got 50 Cent coming out with his Netflix documentary, Surviving Diddy. I thought that shit was cap at first. Turns out they're really moving forward with this shit on Netflix. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.